3, 2, 1, Tetris. Here we go. Oh, he gets the gloves on. Look at that. Got the rolling glove. Okay, perhaps that is the thing to be most grateful for when it comes to rolling, is that now, as people get ready, they sort of put on these gloves and it looks super cool, right? Like, you know, kind of like, well, this is not a good comparison actually for being cool, but you know, when someone's doing a, whatchamacallit, an autopsy, and they kind of, or like a crime scene investigation, and they snap the gloves on. We've now got a similar thing in classic Tetris. Now that I've said it, I guess it's not, you know, quite as cool as it sounded, or as it sounded in my head. But it's something, you know. It's cool to have these kind of these ceremonies, kind of thing, like these little rituals that you do to get ready for a game. You know, classic Tetris, putting on the gloves, kind of like, you know, preparing to listen to some vinyl, perhaps, you know. Okay, interesting. Oh, nice series of tucks there from Rick to kind of get rid of what could have been a situation coming up. Oh, and a nice adjustment from Armstrong as well, actually, there to kind of reopen the well. And yeah, pretty nice and relatively uneventful starts for both players. Rick now kind of having to do some burning though. Not happy about that piece, and then kind of turns the J well into a line well just before getting the line, which is unfortunate, but then there we go, get some nicely timed pieces, lines and so on. Is able to okay, no, not quite out the woods yet, but well, I would say they're not really into the woods, not quite out of the, you know, the what should we call it, the unkempt meadow, you know. But there we go, unblocks the well. Just needs a line really, and has to kind of put some stuff on over the top, so there's still going to be some burning. Yeah, just has to fill the hole with whatever RNG gives him. And looks like he's going to build a Tetris well on top of that. And look at that, dirty Tetris for Rick. And then manages to open up the well, restore the right side well down to the bottom, the nice clean well. Stack looking good again. Has lost a little bit of pace because of that. Is ahead in lines and slightly behind in score by, like, what is that, like a Tetris and a half. But yeah, has managed to exit the unkempt meadow and is now scoring Tetrises in the standard regulation way. I'd say RNG not being kind to Rick, kind of not giving him the best of pieces. Could have put that J in upside down to burn a line, but instead opts to, you know, rely on another J and get the double, which is more efficient, but maybe a little riskier. Okay, probably waiting for a J or a T or a line. There you go. The line is the perfect piece. Only one line burn to reopen that well and gets the Tetris. 320,000 for Rick. Meanwhile, Armstrong with 409,000. Kind of haven't been paying too much attention because Armstrong's board has just been looking good and they've just been scoring Tetris after Tetris and not getting in any kind of trouble like Rick has been and continues to be, actually. Could do with another J. The line will do too. Yeah. Oh, interesting that Rick didn't choose to unplug the well just then when he had the opportunity to do like a couple of pieces earlier. But either way, he gets the pieces anyway. And it's now ready again to score Tetrises. Meanwhile, Armstrong with quite the pace. 500,000 points at 110 lines. Ooh, although now in perhaps a little bit of trouble. Get some good pieces to get out of it, but then some not so great pieces. Kind of misflips that J, doesn't know what to do with it, and then hangs another J. It's possible to get out of this, but not anymore. And that is going to be it for Armstrong with 503,000. Perhaps not quite as warmed up as he'd have liked. Meanwhile, Rick is not actually ahead just yet. Needs to get to 504,000 to take the first game. And yeah, that was some excellent pace, but unfortunately did not work out too well in the end. Okay, Rick knows, I guess, that he just needs to... Yeah, looks like he's going for the safe moves. Does have an LJ dependency, turns it into a J dependency, turns it into a center well, but then plugs it with the line and takes a triple to kind of extend this, whatchamacallit, this chase down. And with that triple, doesn't quite get there, but it's only a few line clears away now. 2,000 points away from taking the game. There we go, gets it with a couple of line clears. A safe and stable chase down from Rick there to take game number 1. And we'll give him his heart. Keep calling him I should call him Peek, I guess. I know. Oh, he likes Rick better. There you go. Hey, new name. We've christened it on here on Classic Tetris Monthly. Challengers Orange. Peek is now known as Rick. Rick is a cool name, right? Like, I mean, you know, who wouldn't want to be called Rick? So, Peek or Rick, hey, whichever one you like, is ready. Armstrong's also ready, hovering free. So I'm going to count it down. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Okay, kind of interesting kind of builds from both players at the start. Rick, a bit less sloping and means kind of wasn't able to take the Tetris quite as early as Armstrong was, who has a flatter stack. But, you know, a flat stack is perhaps not as safe a stack. Now has a kind of, gets the perfect kind of LJ sequence to, you know, oh no, that was... flirting with trouble there from Armstrong, but manages to get line pieces just in time. And there we go. Has a T space there, hits the spin, gets the J, ready for a Tetris, gets the line, gets the Tetris. 94,000 points for Armstrong. And was kind of flirting with danger there, but managed to get out of it almost immediately. Okay, it introduces... Oh, no, okay, that was a very nice little solve there from Armstrong. But still has a few line burns to go. And yeah, these squares, not great, but then gets the horizontal line burn there with the line, and then opens up the well to get a Tetris, and another Tetris. And players are actually kind of neck and neck right now. Almost identical scores. Armstrong is 4 lines behind and 1 Tetris behind, so, you know, there you go. That's, it doesn't get too much closer than that. Oh, some kind of uncertain movement there, some kind of, not great sequence there for Armstrong, but, does look like his rolling is pretty good, and able to get kind of waiting for an L, and an L. And the L was not forthcoming, and now in a little bit of trouble. Oh, the J is perfect, though. A square follow-up would be nice, but it isn't coming. Manages to plug it with the L and the T. And is looking pretty good. Manages to take a few safety burns and gets the Tetris. 186,000 points for Armstrong, but that has let Rick get a little bit ahead. Nice little vertical S-tuck there from Armstrong. Yeah, has let Rick get a little bit ahead. 249,000 for Rick. Make that 271 of that Tetris versus 187, make that 210,000 for Armstrong. So Armstrong about kind of, I guess, 2 Tetrises behind in pace or so, something like that, you know. in that ballpark. Nice elevated burn there from Rick, but now, yeah, transitions over to the rolling because his stack is pretty high. Takes a safety triple and gets the line for the Tetris. So kind of Rick kind of going for a hybrid style there. Das then, I think, and then switching to rolling as it got higher up to ensure that, you know, he wasn't going to top out early. And it worked nicely. And now it seems to be sticking with the rolling. Maybe kind of getting used to, you know, that rhythm well in advance of the transition so it doesn't catch him unawares. And yeah, Tetris for both players there. 378,000 for Rick, 327,000 for Armstrong. So Rick is managing to maintain that lead. Now Armstrong is, I would say, consistently stacking a bit higher. So kind of maybe playing a little more risky. And I suppose kind of has to make up that deficit. Although anything can happen once 19 hits, and we're not playing same piece sets here. So, you know, a drought for one player won't necessarily amount to a drought for the other. Oh, a misshift of the line there from Armstrong, but actually ended up being quite a good decision. It kind of cleared out quite nicely. Maybe not the most efficient, but was good for safety in the end with the pieces that arrived immediately afterwards. So delivered a bit of a reprieve there by the RNG gods. And yeah, still similar paces now, but Rick with the lead, 400. Oh, that L was probably not meant to go there though. So kind of Rick is going to have a little bit of clearing to do. But Rick has 477,000 and then 470,000 for Armstrong. So that gap has entirely closed. Players now neck and neck, and it is now Rick that has the burning to do. Kind of waiting for a J. Oh, plugs the hole just before getting it. Now waiting for a line. Has to plug it with the square. Getting slightly trolled by RNG here is Rick. Especially this close to transition. Made that 5 lines away. Manages to clear it up just in time. Has a little bit of junk right at the bottom, but only a couple of rows. Transition's about 480, 490 something. Armstrong yet to transition, but 3 lines away. Will transition with this Tetris at 522. So a reasonable transition score. Maxable for sure, especially for a roller. Kind of a bit more conservative than his first game. But probably doesn't want to be going out early. So, and especially now that Rick is the one doing the burning, it is a chance to get to establish somewhat of a lead, and at these faster speeds as well, the pressure kind of can mount very quickly. Just slamming all those squares all the way to the left. Gets the Tetris. And is ready for another, and gets that too. 618,000 points for Armstrong. Rick at 540,000 points. Gets the kind of off-center well. Off-center dirty well. Don't drink from that well. It's definitely not FDA approved, the contents of that well. But there we go. He gets the Tetrises and manages to clear down pretty efficiently. Only 50,000 points behind now. And yeah, at similar kind of stages of the game. Not too many lines ahead. So it's all to play for sure. Slightly flat stack. Oh, that T did not kind of go where it was intended. Kind of missed the spin there. But cleans it off very nicely with that line and followed by that L. Oh, and hangs that T again. Seems to be Rick seems to be having kind of issues with these oh, and then hangs the L. Yeah, has those T pieces, quite a few missed rotations on the T's. And yeah, Armstrong is well ahead at this point at 748,000. So Armstrong is going to take game number 2, making what was once a best of 5 now a best of 3. Yes, he said it. He said the thing. So GG's, and well, you know, it's Maybe Armstrong wants to use this. Oh, no, they're gonna top out straight away. He's gonna say could use the opportunity to, you know, get a little bit more warm up, make sure he's good. But you know, he won the match, so he's good. And Rick is ready already to get straight into game number 3. And so is Armstrong. So, hey, let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Nice adjustment there with the T to accommodate the square from Rick. I think those are my favourite kinds of adjustments, where it's just like a rotation opens up a nice opportunity, or like, you know, moving one place kind of thing, you know? Like there's something quite satisfying about doing that last second that, you know, maybe you know that players are really kind of thinking about the situation right up to the very last possible second. And they're capable of making these minute adjustments, micro adjustments perhaps. But no, there is no such thing as a micro adjustment. Ooh, so Armstrong also hanging the T, and it's kind of blocked things off. Needs a line to come. And yeah, hangs the line. That is going to be an early top out for Armstrong. And yeah, Rick, although his stack not looking amazing, although he clears it off, has already taken it. So he's going to take game number 3. Yeah, Armstrong is not happy about that. But you know, it happens. GG's all the same. And he's certainly going to be hoping for a better performance come game number 4. I said, you know, it's not like this is the last ever challenges. There'll be more. There'll be more in the future. So, you know, I think getting this far is a heck of an achievement, personally. Like, I wish like, if I got into challenges, I'd be over the moon. So, I think players should be pretty proud of themselves just being here. Personally, I would be. But all the same, not how you want to go out. So, hoping for a longer next game. And we've got both players ready. So we're going to count it down again. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. I guess that is one of the dangers of rolling, is that, you know, it's seems until you get to the very upper echelons of play, but accuracy is very tough. It's very tough to be consistently accurate with every movement, especially once they start getting fast. And so, you know, you're lulled into a full sense of security that you can play very high up. But if you make a misdrop, it's gonna, you know, it can kill you just as much as it would a DAS player losing DAS if it happens at the wrong time. Yeah, Armstrong very high up, manages to get the right pieces though, and yeah, clear things up again. It's all looking good. Lovely setup for the square tuck there. Rick was kind of, you know, didn't want to hold out for that L to come, and then it came just one piece as he plugged the L hole, as is often the way. And interesting to see, like, Rick kind of starting off with DAS and switching to rolling as the situation kind of requires it, and that speaks to what I'm saying about the accuracy, that, you know, even someone capable of rolling, and rolling well. Like, you know, we've definitely seen it. Still would choose Das when it comes to level 18, because it's not too much of a disadvantage, to be honest. If your rolling isn't so accurate and consistent that you can play very high up, you wouldn't be bad off choosing Das. You can still play extremely efficiently in level 18 speeds with Das. You've got a pretty good amount of movement. Although, definitely Rick is starting to get to that limit. So Mel saying in chat, also Das doesn't hurt, which is a plus. Does rolling hurt? Like, I don't know. I'm not a roller, so you'll have to forgive me if that's a noob question. But I would have thought it looks pretty easy on the hands, to be honest, especially with the glove. Like, do you have to tap pretty hard? I don't know, it doesn't seem so bad. Yeah, maybe after a long time, I suppose. Like, if you're playing for hours and hours on end. Ah, the anchor fingers hurt. The grip can hurt. That's interesting. So interesting information coming in from chat there. I'm going to kind of sort of call it out like that, because I guess this will eventually be on YouTube and it will make no sense if I don't reference it. But, you know, got some competent rollers in chat basically saying that, yeah, you know, rolling can kind of hurt over time. You've got to anchor the pad, and that anchor can hurt. The grip of the pad can hurt. The rolling itself, not so much. That doesn't hurt. But everything around it, all the periphery, I suppose. DMJ saying it can make your shoulders hurt if the controller's far away. Presumably, that could be just using any controller in any way, though, right? Like, I mean, you know, just don't have it too far away, I suppose. Okay, Rick has switched to rolling now. Oh, those are just not great pieces. Yeah, he's gonna have to burn away a few. Although getting some nice pieces to do that burning with. Yeah, and it's burnt away really nice there. I think there was a kind of a move there that was maybe not the safest, but he managed to get the exact right piece kind of immediately after. Kind of that was a kind of the L placement to me. Didn't look, you know, like the safest choice. But what do I know? What do I know? I actually find playing Das for a long time, like, my thumbs will start to hurt. Like, just from pressing on the buttons kind of thing. It probably means that I've got too strong, you know, too hard a grip. But, you know, you don't want to mispress stuff in the middle of a game. But yeah, these are the trials of a competitive Tetris player, I suppose, you know? Like, tennis players have tennis elbow, and I guess golf players also have tennis elbow. And Tetris players have, you know... Ooh, so transition 402k for Rick, and is pretty high up, but manages to roll so far out of trouble, but has to plug the well just as he gets a line. Yeah, having to put that line all the way over to the right, just... Getting bombarded with lines at the exact wrong time, but Rick is looking safe, reopens the well and gets the line, gets a Tetris, 441. Meanwhile, Armstrong, behind in lines and massively ahead in scores. Quite the pace, 606,000 points at level 19, so an excellent transition score there from Armstrong, and can kind of probably take it a little bit easy and establish like a nice rhythm and a nice stack going into this transition. Has that kind of score lead to afford him the pieces to take it a little bit easy. And yeah, Rick is... Oh, dirty Tetris for Rick, though. Yeah, Rick is still going pretty hard. I gotta say, that's not necessarily what I was expecting. But I guess he knows that he's got the score deficit. 481,000, made that 510,000 for Rick. 648,000, though, for Armstrong. Armstrong with a considerable lead and 2 levels. 2 whole levels behind. Okay, I made that 1 whole level behind. Another Tetris for Rick though, and his post-transition pace has been pretty good, especially considering some of those piece sequences. So yeah, don't know how this is going to shake out just yet. Oh, some kind of gutsy moves there from Rick. And again, just the RNG not playing ball. Oh, and didn't manage to get that L all the way over. And this is going to be tough. Possible to work out. Oh, another line would be good. Oh, and hangs the line, but gets another one over too far. And yeah, that is going to be it for Rick. Topping out at 607,000, but a valiant attempt to kind of re-establish sort of a good pace and, you know, maybe catch up some of that deficit. But it's not enough, and game number 4 is going to go to Armstrong. And Armstrong with pretty amazing pace, actually. 888 at level 25. Looks like an early max is very possible. Be nice to see. $951. Not far from the max. Getting some kind of beastly pieces, but well, it will happen sometimes. Oh, lovely burns there though from Armstrong to get out of that. Look at that. And now stack looking, well, you know, parity maybe could be a bit better. Now we're going to have to burn out of that, but so close to the max. So close. And having to cover the well. Very frustrating to kind of get pieces like this when you're this close to maxing out, I expect. Maybe less so for a roller. Okay, at level 28. Oh, and hangs the J. We might not see the max out. We'll have to see. Oh, sensible decision to go for the flat line burn there, though. Nice, smart play. Transitions at 986, and yeah, it isn't going to get that max out. So it's unfortunate to not get that max out, but definitely a great game. And now the scores are even, and we have a decider. So seed number 8 versus seed number 9. And there it is. Let's flash that. Look at that. It's a decider. It's decider time. Both players are ready. Let's not delay. We're going to count it down. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. So Rye Chessmaster cheering for Dylan in chat. Presumably Dylan is the name of one of these players. I'm going to guess it's Armstrong, but I don't know. Like, I would have thought with a nickname like Peekayric that maybe Rick is Richard, you know? I don't know. Maybe I should stop guessing. Okay, Tetris for Peekayric. Armstrong playing pretty high up, but gets the Tetris. Wow, yeah. Armstrong going full in on this match, playing very aggressive. Kind of not getting too many line pieces. Well, he's certainly not getting them at the right moment, but it seems, yeah, just seems to have been in a drought for a while. And of course, 2 come along at once. Okay, another Tetris for Armstrong, but Peekayric is ahead. Not by much, but, you know, by a bit. Oh, it's Ricardo. Ah, I mean, that's very close. Is it actually Ricardo, or are you just thinking of another thing that begins with Rick? This is why you shouldn't guess. You should just find out. It is facts. I know we got a nod of the head from Rick as well, so. What other Rick names? And so you got Richard and Ricardo. What else could Rick be short for? Rickstopher, maybe. Rickofen. Rickthu? I don't know. None of those are names. So apparently Poopy Old Hag is the CEO of first names in this community. So I guess that does leave the position of CTO and CFO of first names. So if anyone wants to apply for those, contact Pumpy Old Hag. And presumably, if you can be a CEO of first names, you could probably be a CEO of middle names and last names. So if anyone wants that position, those are also available. Okay, Armstrong having to do some burning. Gets a triple and is certainly their stack is now. Oh, kind of passes up putting the J in that hole and then misflips the L, but it's okay. It's not too much of a. I'm gonna need to get that line. Oh, someone kind of in frame now. Who's this? This is actually the guy that Armstrong pays to play all of his Tetris matches. Pausing and telling this guy to get the fuck out of there. Like, what's going on with that? That's got to be a line spin media moment, right? Like. Okay, some Armstrong almost out of this dig, and with that triple gets out of it, but has certainly sacrificed some pace because of that. 355,000 points for Armstrong, 448,000 points for Rick. It was yeah, pretty solid pace from Rick. Not like amazing, but not bad at all. Armstrong hits the what was that? The Z spin. Love to see it. Z spins are one of those things that I always find really difficult for some reason to kind of to see coming, kind of thing, or to prepare for. You know, like S spins, not so much. That's totally fine, of course, and T spins, and even more recently, I'm not a line spin master like Vandy, but like I occasionally hit them. But S spins, something about S spins. See Yuri in chat saying that Armstrong's dad had to turn on his Tazbot because he's down 100k. Oh, so yeah, Armstrong in a little bit of trouble. But oh, gets out of it almost in the nick of time, in fact. Now just LJ dependent, has to kind of put a couple of holes in the stack, but does get the Tetris and has cleared away the holes and is Tetris ready again, gets another Tetris. 468,000 points for Armstrong, but Rick has 670,000 points, so a good amount ahead. Like that is a solid lead. Though Armstrong has proven to be the more consistent player post-transition, the post-19 transition, so far. But that is quite the lead, and it does give Rick a lot of leeway to play a bit more conservatively and just make sure that he stays alive, and maybe can turn up the heat a little bit once Armstrong closes a bit of that gap, but it's still a considerable gap right now. And okay, so Rick is 10 lines ahead, but at 713, mate, that's 741,100, so 600,000 for Armstrong. So a good 100,000 point lead, I would say, more or less, like taking into account the line differential. Like, Armstrong is definitely playing more aggressively. So that gap will close if this continues. Okay. Oh, and Rick now has a hard line dependency. Oh, and that is tough. That is tough, but it's certainly survivable. Needs a J, gets the J, gets the line, but misflips the line. And yeah, that is unfortunate. Needs a line, gets a line. Oh no, with that hung J, Rick is down. And with that Tetris, I think just a few pushdown points would do it. But just one more line clear, I think, is necessary yet. And that Tetris is going to do it. Armstrong is going to take the 5th game. GG's. Yeah, Rick and chat saying that is frustrating. That is frustrating. But either way, great games from both players. And Armstrong kind of had a bit of a couple of early top outs, I would say, or like, a kind of missed transition and an early top out, but has managed to claw his way back with some really clean and consistent post-19 play. And so, yeah, Armstrong is going to take that game. So I guess while we watch him play it out, I suppose I should report that. Let's see, what is this? This is Challengers. Yeah, if you're tuning in sort of newly, this is Challenger Circuit Orange Bracket. There we go. We've got level 29 and now some level 29 play from Armstrong. Look at that. Okay, what's the VOD for this? Okay, it's a very close game between two very closely matched competitors, but Armstrong proved to be the stronger of the two. Did get their max as well. Look at that. Great games. So we're going to move on to iBall versus MelHK. I'm going to put you back on the pre-roll and sort out these scenes, so we will be right back. Okay, look at that. We are set up. We are ready. Well, maybe not ready, but We're almost ready for some more Tetris. We've got 2 more rollers. This time from, what's that, Canada and the Netherlands? You have to excuse my kind of slightly blocked nose saying these words. It's just a bit cold here. I'm fine. I'm not ill. Just a bit stuff. Got a bit of a stuffy nose from the cold weather. Yeah, some very nice nice play from both of these players here. I prefer the although so Armstrong in chat saying that, you know, the pause was unintentional. His dad moved the plug and sent a pause in, but it fucked up with the controller plug. I prefer the law that he was just like, get the fuck out of here. Just you know, get out of here, Dad. What are you doing? Just screwing up my Tetris game here, in which he still won, by the way. Just you know, despite the distraction. You know, you can't control me. Get out of here, Dad. Okay, so these players, yeah, doing the old warming up. Hey, you might have legit almost topped out, but you legit didn't top out. GG's. You didn't look shook at all, actually. You looked pretty calm. Clearly unflappable. Oh, look at that tuck from Mel. Like, this is some pretty nice kill screen play. Oh, come on, give him that line. Oh, no. Okay, iBall is ready. Mel is ready. Let's count it down then. 3. Oh, hold on. They're asking, cancel that countdown. Cancel it. Oh, no, or don't. Yeah, no, wait. Yeah, good. Are we going to go same P sets? We are going to go same P sets. Look at that. Love it. Love to see it. There's your seed. Your seed is DBFCDF. Very high seed. And all the digits. Okay, look at this. We've got the same P-sets game. Love to see it. Let's just count it down. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Okay, so S, T, S, T. Yep, it's the same. So if you're following along on YouTube and you wanted to play, you know, maybe you want to kind of train and see how well you would do if you had made it in to a classic Tetris Monthly Challenger circuit. The seed for this game, if you have the Tetris Gym, which, you know, just Google it. I'm sure, you know, or don't use Google, use DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo it. That's definitely just as catchy as saying Google it. For the Tetris Gym patch. And the seed is DBFCDF. So you could play along at home. So, I mean, I took a while telling you to seed there, but, you know, you can just rewind it and pretend that you didn't, you know, didn't know what the first few pieces were. Not that it makes that much odds anyway, just for the first few. Play along, see how you do. Yeah, Rye Chessmaster pointing out that all the digits were letters in this seed. Which, yeah, so saying they're high up. What's the probability of all letters in a 6-digit hexadecimal seed? Well, that's Pumpy, probably like 2. That's easy enough to work out, right? So you've got 16, 16 possible digits including 0. And what? 6 of them, are the hex digits. So that's 6 and 10, 3 and 5. So 3 and 5. Multiply that. Put it to the power of however many digits that is. So to the power of 5, is that right? Something like that. You know what I'm trying to say. Like multiply that. I'll power 6. There you go. Thank you, Vicious Rhubarb. 6 over 16 to the power of 6. Whatever that is, there's your possibility. There's your chance. There's the possibility. Does anyone with a calculator want to see what that is? I could probably, like, no one top out. I'm going to see what that is. So yeah, you got a 0.278% chance of that happening. That can't be right, surely. It's less than 0.5% chance of that. Oh yeah, I guess it's probably right, isn't it? So if that happened, say 1,000 times, likelihood it would happen 2 or 3 times out of that 1,000. So there you go. A kind of 2 in 1,000 chance of that happening. What? So what are the odds? Those are the odds. Those are the exact odds. Oh, nice little vertical S-tuck setup there from Mel. And both these players, really nice openings actually. Worth pointing out, although I think every player, at least in this bracket, is very evenly matched, has basically the same PB, and they're all rollers as well. But iBall is seed number 1 for this entire circuit, and Mel is seed number 16 of this entire circuit. So that's the first seed versus the last seed, which is how this works, by the way. You get opposing seeds matched up. Oh no, Vicious Rhubarb is ruining our maths fun by saying that the bot doesn't do 0 in the 5th position, so that it does that so that it makes seeds that are compatible with version 4 of Tetris Gym. Because version 5 uses that digit to differentiate its seeds, and you get essentially kind of seeds that have better piece distributions, I think, because they're all a bit harsh otherwise. But anyway, so you need to take that into account, and that increases the chances very slightly that it would be all letters, but not by a huge amount. It's still probably that kind of 0.27% or whatever, you know. Okay, so Vicious Rhubarb coming in with the stats. Oh, the increase is quite a lot actually. It makes it 0.296. So there you go. It does actually make it more of a kind of 3 in 1,000 chance rather than a 2 in 1,000 chance. So there you go. Little bit of maths fun there for you on this classic Tetris Monthly orange bracket challenger circuit. So don't say you don't learn anything when you're watching these videos. It's not all just fun and games. Sometimes we do a little bit of maths as well. Some nice kind of last second adjustments there from iBall. 547,000 points going into level 19. Mel still 2 lines away, 1 line away. Hoping to get there. Yeah, sets up the Tetris. Tetris is into level 19 at 513, so not too far behind. And that makes sense. And remember, we're same piece sets now, so a lead is definitely indicative of more efficient play. Although, that is some very gutsy stacking from Mel going into transition, and it pays off with a flurry of Tetrises. So Pumpy's original stat of about 2 was more or less correct, you know. Pumpy always correct. Coming correct, as they say. Okay, Mel's parity looking to have taken a little bit of a hit. Kind of setting up a lot of hard dependencies there for certain pieces. Has to take that triple to stay safe. It's like, oh yeah, it has to. That's such a shame. It was kind of going to build a Tetris well and Tetris out of that situation. Didn't manage it, but is going to manage it this time. Gets a dirty Tetris off of row number 3. And is now kind of given the pieces to burn down. Now has a center well developing. Sticks with it. Oh, really sticks with it. Really committing to that center well. Takes a safety double. Now just waiting for a line. Another safety double. And finally, there's the line. Gets the center well Tetris. But not too efficient. And that has kind of that period. Although, oh, iBall has got one of those misflip tees, which seems to be like the kind of move of the day right now. And is in a situation, but look at that adjustment. That was a smart adjustment there from iBall last second to accommodate a piece like really, really high up as well. That's a, you know, quite a challenging thing to execute. But yeah, iBall absolutely not out of trouble yet. Could really do with an L. There it is. Yeah, iBall kind of the RNG not working in his favor now. Has a, oh no, kind of hangs a T, but manages to burn out of it again. Gets that line all the way left, and it was absolutely crucial that that happened. Manages to reopen the well, and it's only a triple well after all of that. After all of that, maintaining that well, that incredibly high up Tetris well for so long, and ends up just getting a triple from it. And now at level 28, probably just looking to clean up before the 29 transition. Still, you know, 100,000 points ahead. So, although this is looking maybe a little bit dire, especially with those two, yeah, that is going to be 890,000 points. And that does mean that Mel could chase this down. Has the leeway to do it. Can't play too conservatively unless they're going to count on kill screen play. And yeah, gonna have to go for that. It needs that line to come like now. It does not. Needs a line. Gets the line. Oh no, but oh, just kind of doesn't quite manage to execute. And iBall is going to take that game by the skin of his teeth, but does take it and is happy with that. Great games from both players. Really kind of great attempt for the chase down there from Mel, but just not quite enough. And yeah, iBall's going to take game number 1. Yeah, heck of a drought in there. Okay, so now we need to increment the seed. So what do we do? Is it the first 2 digits or something? Like just increment the first 2 digits. So it'll be what, EC rather than DB. Yeah, iBall confirms. Good stuff. Okay, players are looking pretty ready, so we're going to count it down. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Isn't that crazy that we've got like, it's getting to the point now where Challengers Circuit, you know, people are playing like legit kill screen play kind of thing, reaching kill screen and getting a good amount into it. Like, and seed number 16 doing it as well. I don't mean to kind of denigrate Mel's playing potential at all. Was if anything, just the opposite. Like the 16th seed is so good. Like the standard here is so high that even the last seed is putting in performances that would have been like CTWC winning, I don't know, like a year ago, 2 years ago maybe. Well, okay, no, I suppose 2 years ago, probably. Like, it's really kind of progressed so fast. It's leaving all us DAS players in the dust. Oh no, but that's some kind of misshifts there from Mel have meant that yeah, that's gonna harm pace. He's not in trouble yet, but whether that changes is going to kind of rely on what pieces come next. And playing it super safe. Definitely really great down stacking from Mel, actually. Like, I'm learning something here. Like, for sure. But yeah, those pieces are atrocious. Although that was a nice piece at least. So yeah, Mel in a bit of trouble. In a spot of bother, as we would say over here in the UK. And yeah, oh, fine. Oh, and takes the Vits. And yeah, has a row 2 well ready and waiting. And there's the line, gets the Tetris. And funnily enough, actually, both players pretty even on the whole, despite all of that. So I wasn't really paying attention to iBall's stack, but I guess he wasn't able to kind of maximize on the time that Mal spent burning there. I guess just the pieces weren't coming. So yeah, players pretty neck and neck, pretty even. Eyelash to eyelash. Smart there from Mel to kind of get rid of that developing spire. Although, some more have just come in to play. There we go. Perfect pieces to burn off the top there, though, and get the Tetris. So 292,000 for Mel. 280,000 for iBall. Both players playing with similar levels of efficiency, though iBall's slightly ahead. He's slightly ahead in score, slightly behind in lines. So I guess technically 2 Tetrises ahead. Yeah, Mel waiting for that T. Hits the spin. Love to see it. And yeah, kind of restoring the slope to his stack. Gradually, piece by piece. And there it is. There it is. That perfect slope. That's what you want. The double wide well. The sloping stack. And he's rewarded with line pieces and Tetrises. Hey, yeah, just nice regulation Tetris happening right now. Ooh, bit of an overshift of that T for Mel means that he can't bank that line piece. He's going to have to take a triple, but there's the Tetris anyway. Nowhere for that square, unfortunately. Sets up another T-spin. Yeah, going to have to burn that off the top. That is unfortunate, for sure. Transitions at 452,000. And gets, yeah, some great pieces to burn it away, and then Tetris to 483. Meanwhile, though, iBall still not transitioned. Gets the Tetris at 542,000 and 2 lines away from transition. And has a Tetris waiting to be banked. And there it is. Tetris's 566 transition. A nice high 500k transition for iBall. Nice pace. So I wonder if we're going to see a repeat of game number 1, where both players put in amazing and very respectable performances, and Mel takes it all the way, but just isn't quite as efficient as iBall, perhaps. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. There's still a long way to go. Still a lot of the game yet to play. Look at that lovely stack from Mel. Like, absolutely perfect kind of regulation kind of stacking there, although it has very quickly devolved. But there you go. Getting some nice pieces to make good of it. And it's all good again. Wow. Almost all good again. Oh, shame that we didn't get 2 kind of T pieces there. That would have been nice. Waiting for that J. Or probably maybe going for a spin there that was missed, I think. Okay, Mel is kind of clean again, choosing not to set up the center well. Probably the right choice. But meanwhile, iBall has gotten so far ahead. 829, 830,000 for iBall. Tetris has risen to 861 at level 25. So a really excellent pace once again from iBall. And let's hope that we don't see another insane drought. And oh no, Mel is going to top out at 660. It's just, yeah, it's too much pressure being that far behind. And look at iBall still going. Is this drought gonna knock out iBall? That's the question. Taking the safeties. Doesn't look like it, not yet. And there's the line, so it absolutely doesn't. Ooh, can't quite whip those pieces as far. Oh, look at that though. That's very nice. Gonna have to though. Oh, gets that line all the way over. Yeah, gonna have to burn this away now though. Oh, come on, give him the piece. Give him the piece. Are we gonna see a max? That's the question. No, oh, it happens again. Just shy, kind of. You know, and that drought absolutely just killing what was otherwise a killer game. Still was a killer game, of course. It was the winning game. Let's give that heart, that well-deserved heart. And iBall is now 2 games up. As one might expect from number 1 seed, but like these games have been incredibly close. So it kind of goes to show just how close this entire bracket, not even just this bracket, this entire circuit is going to be. We've got both players ready again, so we'll count it down. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Okay, iBall, not of the most prestigious of starts. Going, yeah, pretty kind of hard on that initial setup. Wants to maximize efficiency. Banks one of those Tetrises, banks the other. But meanwhile, Mel has managed to do better without having to kind of sacrifice the stack. So not the best of starts for iBall, but he's quickly remedied that situation. Ooh, nice adjustment there for iBall to accommodate that line coming. Or rather, knowing that the line was coming, was able to kind of plan for a line dependency that was immediately filled. Takes a safety single. So now 78, 78, 78 says in chat that Mel has a really unique playstyle. Yeah. It's a good playstyle is what I'd say. I'm not sure. It looks pretty regulation to me. Like, these are pretty good stacking decisions. I mean, what I would say perhaps is Mel's stacking and playstyle has the kind of the whiff of someone that started off with DAS. I would say. Like, they're very kind of, a lot of these choices are kind of DAS safe choices kind of thing. And like, there are some smart kind of tucks and things as well that Mel's doing that feel very DASy to me. That was a bold move of that J, but it panned out. So yeah, Mel this time really kind of trying to go for the efficiency. Doesn't want to lose another game to iBall, because that is going to be it. Has to win this game to stay in it. Okay, now has a J dependency. Isn't going to wait for that J. Yeah, oh, that is just an unfortunate sequence. But yeah, that was very gutsy. But that adjustment for the square does mean that he's going to get out of it, and now just needs that line to come. Manages to re-establish the slope that lets him burn off a safety triple. Okay, so now saying it's quite creative. I think the creativity is like DAS stacking to me. That really looks like DAS stacking. And that he waits very long before making decisions, which you don't often see amongst rollers. Well, that's definitely not a DAS thing, because obviously, you know, you've got to make your decision and commit to it straight away with DAS. So I'm not sure that I agree, though, with that. It's not what I'm seeing, necessarily. But maybe I'm not watching closely enough. I do have to watch both of these games. And thinking of, let's go for a score or update. iBall at 432,000 points through 99 lines. So again, excellent pace from iBall. And Mel with 363,000 points through the same number of lines right now. And is also in some trouble. Oh, and has got out of it and gets the line. So that's a... yeah, a last second reprieve there for Mel. But it worked out. But despite what I would consider to be quite aggressive play from Mel, he can't seem to match iBall's efficiency. And I wonder if that is down somewhat to this kind of what I would call DAS stacking. Like this very... I mean, it looks great to me, but like, I'm a DAS player, so I would say that. But like this kind of... Notice how Mel always has that slope going, which, you know, you do want, but you can get away with a lot more when you've got rolling. Like, you don't have to have quite as kind of pronounced a slope as that the whole time. You know, it's not like you might run out of DAS and not be able to get pieces to the right kind of thing. You can kind of whip pieces over fairly consistently, at least all the way over. It's when you want to skill stop that kind of rolling, I think the inaccuracy of it sort of comes back to bite you a bit. But either way, both players have transition now, and transition scores actually looking very close. So despite being a bit behind, Mel has made it up. So got to take it all back, I suppose. Or not quite made it up, but like certainly has closed that gap. 570,000 points for Mel, 627,000 points for iBall, and we're at similar line counts. So iBall is a good kind of 2 or so Tetrises ahead, but that is it. And both players kind of off to the races now, both Tetrising. Oh, nice last second flip there from Mel, seeing the pieces that were coming, and was tempted to set up something a bit more aggressive that was going to be a hard dependency, chose against it, seeing the next piece would have immediately been very difficult to place. And yeah, it worked out. Kind of I wonder if he kind of lost his rolling grip a little there, but it's like definitely could have set up. Oh, this is not looking so great now for Mel. That line was definitely needed. Needs another, kind of stuffs in another piece instead. That's okay. Has an LJ dependency. Gets the L, which is the worst of the two, but it's okay. It's okay. Get some pieces afterwards to kind of make up for it. Looking good. Looking like might be able to get out of this safely. Oh, but then kind of covers it just as just as it was about to be open. Then has to burn a whole bunch more off the top. Ooh, didn't get that, what is that, a Z all the way over. So it's going to be more burning for Mel. And this is where iBall is now really starting to establish a lead. 891,000 for iBall, 704,000 for Mel. And Mel still in trouble, still burning, still trying to get out of this situation. Nice flat line burn. And almost out of it once again. It's been several times at this point that Mel has almost been out of danger. And several times he gets himself straight back into it, but finally manages to burn out. But is so far behind now that this is he's gonna have to rely on a kill screen play, and that misdropped L is not gonna help. Like, I don't see Mel being able to recover this at this point, and that is a shame because it's a great game and just got a bit unfortunate post transition. Can he burn this down? Oh, it's going to be tough now. No, I don't think that's happening. So 774,000 points top out. Meanwhile, iBall got the max and is also on level 30. Oh, gets that line all the way over. Look at that. Oh, amazing. Oh, and that T-spin. A kill screen T-spin with rolling. Jesus Christ. But that is going to be it for iBall. But great game. So Mel in chat confirming he did main DAS to go for a DAS max for like 6 months at some point. So maybe that's where his stacking comes from. And yeah, it looks like really like strong DAS stacking to me. Mel did amazingly well. That was like, I mean, just great performances from both players. Like, what are you going to do? Although Mel was tapped before that, so I mean, I don't know. But I don't know, if you've got a DAS max and you have strong DAS stacking, like, that's for sure. But yeah, iBall is going to take it. So I'm going to report that, and then we're going to set up for, what's that going to be? That's going to be iBall versus Armstrong coming up next. It's insane to think that that was a sweep, and yet every game was like legit pretty close, at least up until a point. That's not. I say up until, of course, every game is like. That's not true. It's it really felt like an excellent matchup, but unfortunately not enough. So let's transition over to the pre-roll, and I will set up the next games. Okay. Well, we're looking pretty ready. I just want to point out that I have flipped their cameras. Like, how swish is that, right? Like, they're facing the right direction, looking at their pieces. It just looked too weird to have both of them facing the wrong direction, so I had to do it. But, you know, pro streamer right here. Look at that. So how's this going to go? Place your bets now, I suppose. Two very capable players. The entire circuit is incredibly closely matched. It's pretty hard to say. Right, Chessmaster asking for a prediction. How do you do that? If you can explain to me very quickly how to do it, I will do one. Ooh, look at this. Okay, I'm doing it. Oh geez. Oh god, this is too much. Wait, do I start a prediction? Oh, look at this. Okay, I'm doing it. Okay, you're gonna have 2 minutes. There it is. Look at that. I've done a prediction. Pumpy, are you proud of me? Did I get it right? Actually, that should have been the first question. So who's going to win, iBall or Armstrong? We've got 500 points bet on Armstrong right now and 0 points bet on iBall. So that's an interesting kind of betting on the underdog here. Be neat if you could kind of also set up like odds. Oh, now iBall has 1,000 points bet for him to win. Now Armstrong up to 1,000, so we're even. We're even. Bets are coming in. Okay, iBall asking for same piece sets. I'm not sure if Armstrong's is Armstrong on the gym ROM? I don't know. I guess I should put in a... Oh wait, can I? Okay. Let's see, let's oh no, cancel that now. I guess I can't, I made the prediction so I can't actually do the thing. Okay, well I guess... Wait, where did it go? Okay, yeah, so I can... Okay, predictions are in. Submissions are closed. Let's get the seed. And then we're going to get this underway. Oh, no, we're not going to get this underway. Look, those hearts. What am I doing? I've not done the rounds. Oh, dear. What am I like? There we are. Now we're ready. And players just entering their seeds. Okay, we got readies on both sides. So we're going to count it down. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. I guess I should have left the prediction open for longer, really. I kind of wanted to close before it started the game, but it doesn't really matter until... Maybe I should have given it like 5 minutes or something. Oh well. People saying they miss the days of when Masters was split across 2 channels, commentated by Peekayric and Vandy, and then they would come together and commentate together the finals. But I mean, I enjoyed that, but I also like the fact that, you know, now a whole bunch of us have the opportunity to commentate over these great games. So that, you know, that's nice too. I also like that it's not, that it's split up in such a way that it's not like just super stressful for Vandy and, you know, anyone else involved. That's good. Like doing like 6-hour streams, that's not sustainable, is it? Really, is it? I mean, not really. I mean, Vandy needs time for his kids and businesses. Okay, I neglected to check if the same piece sets were working, but we're going to assume that they are. I mean, who's ahead in pieces? Let's say it was that line S, Z, J, and that should come to Armstrong. So I said line S, Z, J. There we go. The same piece sets are indeed working. Nice adjustment there from Armstrong for that square. Oh, interesting. I thought iBall was going to go for the kind of consecutive line, horizontal line tuck there, but there was a Tetris there. I think I would have gone for the 2 line tucks and neglected the fact that there's actually a Tetris to be had. Okay, yeah, both players looking good. iBall avoiding what could have been some slightly awkward kind of stack incoming, but like got the good pieces for it, and you know was smart enough to take advantage of them. Pretty sure that wasn't intentional just then, but I don't know, maybe. Something interesting I'm noticing with iBall stacking actually is how he doesn't immediately resolve like tuck setups if it means like the stack, if it means that the slope wouldn't be maintained. Like it seems he favors getting, you know, establishing the slope versus filling in gaps. Or at least it looks that way for me. At least for a few pieces. If there's been that's happened a few times now in the games that I've watched, which is interesting. I don't know, I don't like because tucks are, you know, something that might go wrong. I kind of feel like I want to get them out of the way immediately, especially as they also usually rely on very particular pieces coming up. So like if that piece comes, I want to get it in that tuck straight away because it might not come straight again. But maybe that's bad logic. Ooh, nice series of moves there from iBall, but now double J dependent. Oh, and turns one of them into an L dependency, though, very smartly. That was really nice. And gets the Tetris. And both players actually stonking pace. Like, Armstrong in the lead with 564,000 points. But iBall not far behind with 550. An interesting kind of square tuck setup there as well from iBall. Pretty sure it was intentional. 573 for iBall, 609 already for Armstrong, and that upside down J definitely doesn't look intentional. I gotta say, a lot of these other moves, yeah, intentional. I think not that one, not that one. So 2 lines away from transition for both players. iBall transitions first at 577 and quickly gets to 601 with that Tetris. Armstrong transitions at 656, but has a gap in row number 1. They're going to have to burn that off, ideally. And getting some kind of, what I would consider unfortunate pieces for Armstrong, but actually kind of makes it work. Oh, nice Z tuck setup there from iBall. Like, see, that's the kind of setup that I never see those. Like, that is, and nice square tuck setup as well. Lots of tuck setups coming from iBall. Which kind of goes with my whole kind of, he's unafraid to leave tucks unfulfilled. As I guess just his tucking and his spinning so developed, so consistent, so good, that it's not a huge risk to leave some of them like that for a while, you know? Like, he knows that he's got the goods when it comes to filling them in. And it has managed to take the lead from Armstrong, but it's really neck and neck, actually. The pace is basically identical between these players right now. Armstrong just a little bit ahead in pace, but like that could flip at any second. Oh, hey, we got a birthday in chat. Rye Chess Master, happy birthday. Apparently. Presumably. Oh, iBall kind of was transfixed a bit by Armstrong's boards, but it looked just because it's looking so good. And iBall's board kind of seems to have fallen apart a little bit. And meanwhile, Armstrong has already maxed. Yeah, oh, this is gonna. Oh, I think iBall thought that that J was gonna burn, and it did not. There was a hole on the right. Gonna top out at 966, and Armstrong actually on PB pace. Is that PB pace? And let's see where this goes. Got the 1.1. Wow, just kind of silently watching. Got the 1.2. Oh, setting up for the Tetris, but that piece is in the way. No, no. Oh, was aggressive that. So got the 1.219. So not a PB, but so close. That could have been a PB. Like, just needed to be a little bit more conservative going into kill screen. I'll tell you what, that is easy to say in retrospect. GG's both players. And look at that. 1.2 in game number 1 of this round 2 of the orange bracket of Challengers Circuit Classic Tetris Monthly. GG's. Great game there from Armstrong. Armstrong saying, like Pumpy pointing out that one Tetris would have been a PB, and Armstrong saying, yeah, but he doesn't care. Okay, yeah. So if you want to increment the first two numbers of the seed to 48, and then we will get this next game underway. That is the first competition 1.2 for Armstrong there. Okay, both players are ready. Let's count it down. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And we're off. So I neglected to mention in the last game, for anyone watching this on YouTube in the future, the seed for the previous game was 370C69, and between each game you increment the first two numbers of the seed like as separate digits. So now we're playing seed 480C69, and with that knowledge you can now work out the seeds for every subsequent game, and for the previous games that I didn't re-announce the seed for. So there you go, you can play along at home. Okay, sorry for the radio silence there. I was just kind of zoned out a little bit, to be honest. Like, just watching the Tetris. It's very engrossing. Like, you know, you could watch this. This would be a good sport to watch on TV, wouldn't it? And let's face it, like, YouTube is modern TV at this point. Like, so many people just watch, like, you know, YouTube like people used to watch TV kind of thing. That's live TV is shockingly bad these days, so I feel like YouTube has filled that gap. That said, YouTube kind of getting increasingly bad as well, so something else will come along and fill it at some point, I guess. I don't know. If they don't improve. Like, the ad situation is terrible, and like the whole, you know, like in the UK, a YouTube subscription is considerably more expensive than basically every other subscription TV service, and there's no, you know, all the content's user generated. There's no like unique content kind of thing. They don't, you know, put money into making stuff that is available in the UK. And that's only, I know there's YouTube Red in America, but that's only in America. So we pay the same amount for the subscription and get nothing extra, essentially. Just the no ads. Bit rubbish. Anyway, that's oops, hopefully that doesn't demonetize us or anything, saying that YouTube is rubbish. You can mute that bit when you're uploading this. Just yeah, mute that bit, or just badly dub it with YouTube is great. You can just in fact copy it from that bit of the video. YouTube is great, really excellent. Love YouTube. like as a company even. Like, I mean, obviously, you know, lots of content I like on YouTube, like legit like, but yeah, I think YouTube is being managed great. All the plans, like the payment plans, seem completely fair. It's fantastic. You can kind of just paste that bit over the earlier ranting. Okay, both players looking good. Both players with pretty high paces as well. Especially though for iBall at 495,000 points at just over 100 lines, 468,000 for Armstrong. Both players Tetris. iBall breaks that 500k threshold. Looks like it's gonna be, if the pieces allow for it, might be a nice 600k transition for iBall. So yeah, like there's another example just then in iBall's stack where there was a hole like on the up and left that was left there for a long time, even with the perfect piece to fill it. He used that further down to kind of make the stack a bit nicer further down. That's a smart play. But now very high up. But rolling lets you do that. Transitions at 615. Armstrong already there at 568, now at 593. So not far behind at all. Just a couple of Tetrises, if that. Oh, that was probably a miss drop of that L though for Armstrong. Gonna have to just burn that away. Oh, perfect pieces to do it there. Now just left with an LJ dependency. Fills it with the J. Yeah, again, sorry, transfixed by this amazing Tetris play. 749,000 points for Armstrong, 852,000 points for iBall. Armstrong kind of or under-tapped a line there, but another one came and it was fine. Smart choice to kind of shift that square and burn away that elevated double. And we are still pretty much neck and neck. Like, this is a pretty breathtaking. Oh, but iBall in some trouble. Looks like he's going to get out of it. Oh, the perfect sequence of pieces there. That could hardly have been any better. Although, oh, that misdrop of the L is heartbreaking. And then, oh, the undershift of those pieces. That is going to be... Yeah, that is going to be it for iBall. And Armstrong's going to take another game. So Armstrong is 2 games up in this, the last round of the orange bracket. So GG's, and bad luck for iBall there. And extremely good play from Armstrong tonight, considering the kind of lack of a warm-up. But playing, you know, going strong. Like, definitely... playing some great games tonight. A 1.2 even. Still going now, looking for that max. Setting up a center well. Maybe looking for a few kill screen Tetrises. Das style. Although, yeah, that's not going to happen now, I guess. Well, they might still happen. You can clear it up perhaps. But no. Either way, it does get the max. So look at that. Another max for Armstrong 62-63 there. Yeah, back-to-back maxes. It's a nice kill screen play here from iBall. Yeah, we're just taking a short break, but we'll be back soon. Okay, Armstrong is back from setting up his Tazbot. And, okay, we got the readies. What should the C be now? So 5-9, I think. Man, it's going to look real surface if you get the 1.3 now. Good luck. I hope you get it. I hope you get the 1.4. That'd be cool. Right. Both players are ready. So we'll count it down. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Man, the bot being super slow to count down there for some reason, but it got there in the end. Hey, we're all trying our best. Oh, nice, kind of nice IQ there from Armstrong, kind of setting up that L burn. Like, I would definitely not have seen that. I'd have taken the earlier burn. So that was interesting. That tuck there from Armstrong, I would put money that iBall wouldn't have taken that tuck immediately. He would have instead sorted out the stack further down. And that's what I'm talking about. If you want to go back and look at that at any point, or if you're on YouTube, just rewind like a few seconds kind of thing. You'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, safety triple for Armstrong. Oh, and a miss shift of that square is a bit unfortunate. Yeah, kind of beastly RNG considering the state of the board there for Armstrong. But yeah, what are you going to do about it? Like, that's kind of just going to have to roll with the punches. And yeah, all these squares suddenly. Like, it's not ideal. Okay, it's a kind of a gnarly line dependency there. And it feels like Armstrong's going to be burning for a little bit. This is quite a complicated board. But he's making the right moves. But then, of course, as soon as you think it might be done, then a square comes at the exact wrong time, and followed by a whole other bunch of pieces that you couldn't use. Finally, though, there we go. Those are the perfect pieces. The well is uncovered. The Tetris is waiting. Just need that line to come. And the stack is restored. And there it is. There's the Tetris. 181,000 for Armstrong. But in the meantime, iBall has not been slacking and has taken the lead with 330,000. Like a good 130,000 points ahead at this stage. Oh, disregard that. Smashing my knee into my desk as you do. Okay, Tetris for iBall, 409,000 points. In fact, pretty excellent pace considering the 94 lines. Like, let's hope that translates into a nice long game where that pace is maintained. Because it's gonna have to, I suppose. As Armstrong is 2 games up, only needs to win 1 more. But does not have the advantage for this match. Okay, another Tetris for iBall, and yeah, crazy pace. 573,000 points for 123 lines. A good 168,000 points ahead of Armstrong, who transitions at 452. Meanwhile, 619 transition for iBall. Excellent 600k transition, monster pace. And good looking stack this time. Oh, and hits the line spin. Vandy would be very pleased. A nice flat line burn there as well. Okay, iBall is Tetris ready again. Armstrong has a kind of a J well on the left that was not going to get filled. Like, the good thing he didn't wait, because that J still hasn't appeared. Finally the J appears, but oh, hangs an S. That is going to be really difficult to overcome. Not impossible, but really difficult. And hanging that J, and that is going to be it. Armstrong's going to top out, but it kind of looks like iBall has the lead, so it already has the game. But the same sequence seems to have interrupted iBall's play as well. Obviously, something a bit kind of funny happening there. But either way, iBall takes their first game and stops Armstrong from completing the sweep. Also cleans it out, so wasn't going to top out, at least not immediately anyway. Might have topped out there though. Okay, so the next seed, 6A. And both players are ready. Let's count it down. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Okay, nice start for iBall. Once again, hoping to have one of these monster pace games, I'm guessing again. That would be the ideal. Oh, interesting setup there from iBall as well. I can't tell if that was a kind of like a mistake turned into something good, or if it was really intentional the entire time. But either way, it was great. I mean, I'd be, I think, equally impressed for either situation. Okay, getting high up. Oh, and has to forgo the... Oh, lovely adjustment there to not take the safety triple, and is rewarded with 2 quick-fire Tetrises. You can see how iBall manages these kind of insane, consistent 18 paces. Nice OJ setup there. Oh, nice adjustment there again from iBall. 328,000 points for iBall, 272,000 points for Armstrong. So a much closer game this time, but you can already see, you know, iBall starts off with these great paces, really keeps the efficiency up on level 18. But Doesn't quite manage the same on level 19, I would say. Which is, of course you wouldn't. It's much faster on level 19. That is not to be read as a criticism. Just an observation. One might say a pointless observation. But, you know, there you go. But again, monster pace for iBall here. 446,000 points at 92 lines. I mean, Armstrong certainly not slacking either. 394,000 points at 94 lines. But yeah, iBall really just Tetris after Tetris, almost hitting that 500k mark at 100 lines. Making a lot of last second adjustments to maximize efficiency. Doesn't want to make any burns, it seems, if possible. And it frequently is possible to not make those burns. Slightly kind of high risk play there, but it pays off, and a bunch of Tetrises, 560,000 points. And still, you know, a lot of points available pre-transition. There's another Tetris. 583 and 116 lines. Now it breaks 600 at 120 lines. 606,000 points. And still 3 possible Tetrises to go. There's one. 628. Nice OJ again. And the question is, yeah, he's playing it safe. Don't know if the drought might happen, and only 4 lines to go. Bit of a spire built there, but does get that last Tetris. 655 transition there for iBall. 560 it seems for Armstrong. So Armstrong still also with the excellent pace, but I mean, seeing it next to, you know, 650 or whatever. Oh, but it's breaking down for iBall. Oh no, and misflips the J. That has been kind of a killer move today. Those kind of misflips on the far left side of J's and T's. And yeah, that is going to be it for iBall. So 660,000 Chasedown. I think, what does Tetris do it? Oh, but... oh no! No, Armstrong hangs 2 lines. And that might be it. That is going to be it. Oh no, no controller mishap, and yeah, oh, that is heartbreaking, so heartbreaking. Like, iBall can't believe it. No one can believe it. I mean, GG's both, but oh man, that is heartbreaking. I feel reluctant to give this heart away, but those are the rules, and you know, you deserve what you get. Like, it's not like either of you been playing badly. So, but oh, that is unfortunate. I mean, like, these are the rules, man. It sucks. It really sucks, but I'm afraid you get the heart. You're free to now throw a game. I'm not saying you should. Don't do that. That would be silly, because you would then lose. It's a decider. I mean, you could throw it, I suppose, if you really wanted to. But don't do that. Don't do that. I think you know. So we have a decider. A bit of an upset, as that really looked like Armstrong was going to go through, and just definitely pad mishaps at that point. Like, oh man, just the worst way. But hopefully that doesn't happen for this next game. It's okay, Armstrong. Just win. It's okay. It's just as easy as that. Okay, both players are ready. So let's count it down. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. So here we are on the last game of the entire stream. Are we going to see another 600k transition from iBall? Are we going to see another max from Armstrong? Who is going to win? Who knows? Like, yeah. I mean, I think the predictions were pretty even. Let's have a look. Okay. A lot more people in the end put points on iBall, but it could go either way, so might get some big winners on Armstrong's side. Oh, we got Vandy in chat saying that these are questions that demand answers. I guess kind of questions, I'm just kind of, I don't know, that's got me thinking, like, questions by default demand answers, right? It's only rhetorical questions that specifically demand not to be answered, I suppose. But I suppose that's also kind of, that's just I'm just what am I talking about? I don't know what I'm talking about. It's late. It's late, it's been a long day. But it's nice to cap it off with these excellent games of Tetris. And this is, if you're just tuning in, which if you're Vandy, I guess you might be, and also had, like, I don't know how you would accidentally end up here, to be honest. Like, I think if you're on Monthly Tetris 2, you meant to be here, and you don't need to know what this is, but I'll tell you anyway. This is Classic Tetris Monthly. This is the orange bracket of the Challengers circuit. And, you know, there are a whole bunch of circuits. There's Masters, which is the absolute top level. There's, I know, is Challengers the one that's immediately after Masters? I can never remember if it's Challengers or Futures. I don't know. Let's say it's Challengers after that. Then we've got Futures and you've got Hopefuls. Hey, I got it right. So, you know, you're watching some of the best Tetris players in the world play Tetris. If you're on YouTube, hey. And that's still true. Like, there are very few people in the world that are this good at this game. This are our favourite NES game. 80s Tetris. Okay, iBall, kind of scrambling a little high up. No problem, manages to clear it all up. But, it's kind of happening on both sides. A bit of a misflip there for Armstrong, and this seems to be happening to all the players today. Maybe there's some kind of cosmic wave situation going on that's messing with their pads. Seeing a lot of misflips. Especially with the T's all the way to the left as well. T's and J's all the way to the left. Oh, is there a sneak kind of secret information in chat here that, you know, only these special few people who are in Monthly Tetris 2 will find out that Mega Masters happening in April? That's cool. April's my birthday as well, so, you know, if you want to let me play in Masters for my birthday, then I do not want that. I do, just in case someone would think that would be a hilarious joke. But it would not. it would be awful. Also, I'm probably not going to be playing Tetris on my birthday. I mean, I don't know, I might do. Oh, no, I won't. I won't be. Okay, so we have pretty even paces this time. In fact, Armstrong has the marginal pace lead. And that line piece was fortunate with that square, so yeah. And yeah, Armstrong kind of complaining that all day has been like these, the shifts all the way left have been like under shifting, and you could see it just then. He managed to manually adjust and get that line all the way over. But yeah, that must be very off-putting. And yet somehow, still he managed a 1.2. So there you go. Off-putting, but not entirely game-breaking, I suppose. Oh, a bit of not the cleanest of transitions, but a transition nonetheless at 6:02 for Armstrong, 6:04 for iBall. So yeah, neck and neck. Though these are not the best pieces. And now both, well, especially iBall actually, kind of struggling with this transition. And oh, with that another misflip with that S all the way left. This is looking so dangerous. It's survivable, gets that line all the way, and that was crucial. Still digging. And needs just the RNG to just throw him a few bones. And it is doing so. I mean, it both giveth and receiveth. Verily. And yeah, this is a kind of a just definitely a heart in your mouth kind of moment with this dig for iBall. Oh, nice adjustment to accommodate the J there, but still just digging and digging. Needs a line to come at the right piece at the right time, so I mean to say. And there it was at the right time. Almost misflipped there, but managed to correct it, and now has repaired the parity of their stack, and is looking good, but needs that line to come, like ideally. And oh, Armstrong is topping out at 8:15, so it's going to be a chase down. That's unfortunate, but like this is by no means over. iBall still 100,000 points back, needs that 100,000 points. Does have the runway to do it. So we will see. 8:15, 400 to beat. And anything can happen. We're seeing a lot of misflips today. A lot of pad issues. So it is far from over. Though Armstrong clearly believes in him. Okay, and there we go. That Tetris, that is what was needed. And iBall is going to take the game. So we have our bracket winner. And that is heartbreaking considering the last game. But then, it would have been an early top out. You don't want to win on an early top out, right? Like, this was taking it right to the last game. That's what you want to see. Great play from both players. But there could be only one winner in the end. And it was iBall, who's now searching for the max. But let me report it while we're here. Then we'll go over to the winner's scene. Oh no. Unless you can get a line all the way over there, yeah, that is going to be it. So close, 991,000 on the dot. But we have a winner. Let's see, does this... Look, here it is. Oh, yep. The winner is the bed. We can all now go to bed. Tetris is over. There he is, or at least there's some chin, there's some elbow. There's your winner. It's iBall. GG's both players. Oh, yeah. Let me fix that prediction. Choose that. There you go. iBall is your winner.